Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I do have my blue drink. We will drink that throughout this show. Before I get going, I want to remind everybody, go down and click the join button and you can get into the private group. You can also go down to the description and find the link. If you'd rather join through Patreon, you can go to daixrp.com and the YouTube link's there, but you can just hit the join button. XRPLasVegas.com is where you can get your discount tickets and discount MGM Grand hotel rooms. And also, I may have mentioned this, but I was talking to my dad the other day. He was having trouble getting plane tickets out there because Bitcoin Las Vegas is going to be there too. It's going to be like that for plane tickets and hotels, so you better hurry. All right. The market is pretty flat. XRP is at 267. Nothing really to talk about there. But this is something to talk about. Dom from EZA, who will be at XRP Las Vegas. If you could see what I'm seeing right now, you would be loading up bigger than ever. And then EZA puts this out. Let me see what if they say where it was at Consensus Hong Kong. This guy that's talking is Antonio.io. CEO of Muse.ia. He's using his experience working at JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley to help you decide. And in his latest model, XRP comes to the top. This might be 2 minutes and 47 seconds of the most interesting thing about XRP you'll see all day.
Hi, I'm Antonio. I'm here on the EZA Hackathon. And my project is to implement a modern portfolio theory with crypto, so we can leverage all of these mathematical functions to create optimal portfolios that manage your risk with your reward. So you can choose to get one that is less risky, but probably have less rewards, or more risky and have higher rewards. So, during this weekend, I got the data sets for different assets. So, for instance, this is the price of Bitcoin in the last week. I chose another coins like Doge, ETH, Link, Pepe, Sol, and including XRP. And you can see that in this particular week, actually XRP was the one that performed best in terms of price. In this particular one, actually Sol went down a little bit. One of the things that we can do here is we can have a look at the correlations between the different assets, and we can see that in this particular week, Sol was actually anti-correlated with all the other asset classes. When we run the different simulations for different portfolios, we can see that there's various different portfolios here. One of them that has a very low variance, so meaning low risk, but also low reward. And then up here in the really top right corner, we have one that has the highest risk but the highest reward. And in this particular case, this scenario here was actually if we had allocated everything to 100% to XRP. If you wanted to have one that is the best, the lowest variance, we would choose this portfolio, which is mainly Bitcoin, which makes sense because Bitcoin is usually quite stable compared to the other coins. And obviously Pepe, which is a meme coin, which is probably very volatile, you'd want to have the lowest of that allocation. But the best portfolio is the one with the highest Sharpe ratio. And in this particular case, would have been to put majority of it into XRP. And the expected return would be 3 times in a year. And the volatility is about 40%. So you should not leverage this up because this might blow if you actually do that. So this is, the idea here is to create a smart contract where you'd send a stable coin, in this case RLUSDT, and it will use these weights and buy the assets for you and keep them until you want to pull your money back. And then when you pull your money back, you will convert it back to the stable coin. And so this will allow you to benefit from modern portfolio theory in a way that is transparent, that is on chain, that is well understood, and without any fees, in a way that's.
Now let me translate what he just said. XRP is the one. Now, Fidelity, just so you know, I've been here a long time. Fidelity has been a participant in the Bitcoin Ethereum marketing machine for all this time, folks, especially the Bitcoin thing. They've never made sense in what they do other than being behind that marketing machine and that ideology. Here they say, Fidelity says Bitcoin Lightning Work is delivering on the promise of being the most efficient way to transact in digital asset ecosystem. The Lightning Network is delivering the promise of being the most efficient way to transact in the digital asset ecosystem. We know that that's a complete lie. Fidelity knows that that's a complete lie. So I told them, hey, Fidelity Digital Assets, it looks like Grok 3 says you're betting on the wrong horse. Bitcoin ideology has no place in business. The least expensive and fastest option is what is good for your customers. Time to leave the Bitcoin religion behind for your customers' sake. Grok 3, I just simply asked, compare the Lightning Network to XRP in terms of speed and transaction costs. I didn't say lean towards XRP or whatever. Here's the final analysis of the speed. Winner, XRP has an edge for consistent out-of-the-box speed, 3 to 5 seconds versus Lightning's milliseconds after channel setup. Lightning is faster for repeated transactions once channels are open, but its initial on-chain steps slow it down for one-off use. And then on costs. So the winner, XRP generally wins on transaction costs due to consistently low fees and lack of setup overhead. Lightning's fees are competitive for high volume users, but less predictable and potentially higher when factoring in channel management. I mean, come on. Fidelity, you got to get your act together. Now, folks, I've been telling you, SEC has launched a cyber and emerging technologies unit to combat misconduct in emerging tech like AI, blockchain, and crypto. And I said here, don't even think about issuing your own digital asset until there is a regulatory framework that you can follow. There are many that are trying to rationalize it because Trump issued a meme coin. You aren't Trump. And you don't know, I mean, there's all kinds of boxes that he may have checked by doing the way that he did his that I haven't looked into. But folks, you need to assume that you're not allowed to issue digital assets, period. And I put here I'm not saying Bitcoin's not going to go up in value, but what I am saying is the crypto opportunity is not Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had the designation of commodity by itself for years. That's about to change. Bitcoin is about to have to compete with other better digital assets on a level playing field. Pay attention, folks. There's a reason that guy's model's coming up with XRP. Then we've got this Bitcoin maxi, the Bitcoin therapist, who ran a poll. And if Elon and Trump give out $5,000 from Doge checks at the end of the year, what are you buying? More people are buying XRP, but this poll actually is higher than 56%. I said, never forget, the crypto market you see is a lie. The Bitcoin regulatory monopoly is about to end. And here's his poll now. Let's hit the refresh button and see what it's coming out as now. Now it's 49% XRP, 45 Bitcoin. And keep in mind, he's running this poll. This guy, this is what's amazing. He's got 195,000 followers and Bitcoin in his name. So it's a Bitcoin maxi handle. And even with his Bitcoin maxi friends, the poll still can't beat XRP. The writing is on the freaking wall. Look at this from Eleanor Terrett. According to a source that recently spoke with the SEC, the agency is very, very interested in staking, even asking industry for memo detailing the different types of staking and their benefits. This source expects to see some kind of agency guidance on staking in the near future, as it's a topic they're engaging in enthusiastically on. Last week, staffers from the Division of Trading and Markets took part in a staking webinar with some industry players, as I reported on Friday. Look at this from Uphold. A $5,000 check. Let me hit the refresh on this. The XRP is 1,000% undefeated in these polls. A $5,000 check could be a game changer for many American taxpayers. If Trump were to proceed with the Doge dividend, what would you use it for? 93.4% would use it for XRP, 1.6% Bitcoin. Milky Bull Crypto yesterday witnessed one of the biggest USDT inflows. Something big is cooking. Oh, I think there's something big cooking. Look, Modern Investor knows what's going on.
Someone on Twitter saying that they think that XRP can go to like $48, $50 this cycle. And I have to slow myself down because I think that $10 is inevitable. I think 12 is doable. Tax-free gets us to $15 to $20 easy. Like there's no, that solidifies these coins as the thing to buy. There are rumors of Bitcoin bonds happening this year, like government bonds, but based off of Bitcoin, not the US dollar, being launched as well. If we hear that you can buy, hold, sell, and trade Algorand, XRP, HBAR, and Cardano tax-free, what do you think the corporations are going to do? Do you think they would overlook it and go, we don't need tax-free? I feel like they would, gobble is not the word I was looking for, but gobble is the word that I'm going to use.
Yes, you better believe it. Now look at this. Figure secures SEC approval to launch Yields, the first interest-bearing stablecoin offering 0.5% yield. Now imagine the day when we can go tax-free. You can sell your XRP if you wanted to, or maybe you could earn yield on the XRP. But imagine if everything's tax-free. You could go back and forth. You could sell XRP and buy real estate, physical gold. Imagine that. No taxes. And here's where we're going, folks. Fixed income. I'm not a financial advisor, but I was a financial advisor at Morgan Stanley. And do you know what the wealthiest people, where the wealthiest people at the Morgan Stanley where I was, and I think this was across the board, do you know where the wealthiest people put their money? In tax-free municipal bonds. And I believe that'll be an entire industry built up around crypto too, by the way. But the wealthy, they're trying to preserve wealth. And so they put their money in bonds that earned interest. And if they can find one that earns interest tax-free, imagine crypto bonds, interest or tax-free crypto bonds. It would suck in all the major wealth of the United States. That's the fact, Jack. Listen to what this guy says.
To put things into perspective, the global fixed income market is worth around $600 trillion today. That's about 5 times larger than equities. So when people talk about Tesla, talk about NVIDIA, fixed income is way bigger. It's also way bigger than commodities. And just to also share the definition of fixed income, a lot of people, it seems like a very sophisticated word, but in day-to-day life, people touch fixed income products all the time. So it really refers to any kind of financial instrument that pays interest over time. This means your saving account at the bank. This could mean when you put your savings in a bond, whether it's your government bond or a corporate bond, or even your mortgage that you get into. So ultimately, fixed income forms the backbone of the financial system. It provides stability and also predictable returns for investors. So ultimately, obviously in the crypto world, everybody's at this state right now, we're in a world where everybody's looking to get a Lambo. A lot of it is degenerate, but for the space to mature, for the space to grow, you're going to need some Toyotas. You're going to need safe assets that institutions as well as retail can be comfortable. And we're trying to build that infrastructure underlying it to help bring life to new products, new primitives that still doesn't exist in crypto today.
There you go. Let's see what we have here. Look, XRP is flirting with $3. Here's the quick take. We will see a break towards $2.77 first, then $3 within hours. He wrote this today at 9:10 a.m. Dun, dun, dun. All right. In DAIXRP.com, and remember, let me show you again. You can join this by, on any of my videos, go below and click the join button, or you can go in the description. If you'd rather go through Patreon, go to DAIXRP.com, and you can join through that in the Patreon. Pretty soon I'll have available where you can also join through X. They're reviewing my application. Anyway, so in DAIXRP.com and on YouTube, where you can join right here, we're going to be talking about 2 things. I'm going to show you, we've been covering the ties between, the long-time ties between Trump and Ripple for a long time, and I've got more of what I showed some, I think yesterday or the day before. I've got more, but I'm also something right now. I'm pretty much all in on XRP because I think that there's too many. Ripple or XRP is the only digital asset right now that is a part of a lawsuit that we all know is going away soon. And until that happens, and many other things, live ETFs, there's the laundry list of things that are good for XRP that's in front of us have got me all in XRP right now, okay? Because it's got more positives in front of it than any digital asset, and that's because it has been held up by regulatory capture more than any other digital asset that there is, period, okay? I love listening to all these Bitcoiners talk about how we finally got a pro-Bitcoin administration. No, they were pro-Bit. Gary Gensler himself left Bitcoin alone and let it continue to have the regulatory monopoly as a commodity. So let's not forget that. You can't underestimate that. But in DAI XRP, what I'm going to do, even though I'm all in XRP right now, that doesn't mean that I won't buy other digital assets. And I'm going to go to CoinMarketCap. I'm going to go down the list of the whole first page, and I'm going to show you the ones that when and if I do start buying, these are the ones I would buy. And I'm only interested in the ones that have government ties to be a part of the new American financial system, the ones that I believe are either pro-American or might be looked at that way, or American or might be looked at that way. Those are the ones I'm focused on, beginning at the top with XRP. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.